Welcome back, guys. This is going to be the fourth video of this series. So today we're going to be making a custom battery mount. We're actually going to put two LiPo 500 amp batteries in this side by side as auxiliary power, so we're not draining the main battery out of this. So I got my little helper here. She's going to do some welding, and then right in here, right at the front of the kick panel there, in this area right here, I have my 200 or my two 500 amp batteries that are going to go there. I do gotta get this all cleaned up and everything like that. I'm not going to pull a foot weld because it's a pain to get out of there, but we're going to put the batteries right there. I had initially thought maybe I could put them right there, but being beside a rotating drive shaft, I would put a shield in there. It would have been a pain. So no room here either, and I thought about putting it on the side right here, but it's angled and that's a high impact area for it. In the center right here where you normally would put it, I don't like putting it there because I actually have a cubby for storage right there underneath my seat. So that leaves that area right there. And that area right there, we're actually going to build a mount to house two of these batteries. So I have the measurements for the batteries. Batteries won't be here till next week, but we're going to start with this stuff. I got some 2-inch flat bar right here. I think this is 3/16, 1/4 inch, something like that. And then I got another piece of 1/4 inch right here. I already marked these out, did some measurements in there, because I'm going to run from stringer to stringer with these, and then the angle iron over there will be welded to that as well to make a custom battery tray for them to sit into. So as far as that all goes, it's 5.9 inches long, 3.8 inches tall, 3.4 inches wide. So those are the measurements I have to go off of. I'm going to leave a little clearance in there just so that they're not a tight fit. I want them to be snug, but I don't want them to the point where I have to beat them in there. You don't really want to beat on batteries. So we got to double those measurements for the length, because I'm going to put two side by side in there and allow that to be used. So we're going to get to cutting up some metal right now and cleaning up the areas where it's going to be welded to, and get from there. Alright, be back shortly. Alright, so we got all of our steel cut. I actually marked that one wrong. But we got the two pieces of steel in here, one there, one there. I got one piece of angle iron there, the other one's right there. This should show you kind of how small these batteries are. For how small they are, how big of a punch they're going to put out, it's definitely worth putting them in here. And I'm going to put two of them in here because they're not going to have as good of longevity, I guess you could say, as far as keeping everything running. But that's why I have a charger on it and everything like that. We'll have to see about the cold weather and stuff at that point too. But this right here should work and do what I need it to do. Being that everything's LED lights, it should be okay at that point too. I got to do a little bit more measuring at this point. Mark these out and maybe tack this in, and I may pull out these seat brackets, just give me a little more room to work in here. And then if I tack them in here, I may pull them out and let her weld them on the ground. That way we're not putting a ton of heat in here. Actually thinking about it now, I'm not going to be able to put that rail in. We might be able to do this rail right here. I can't do that rail because we're not going to be able to weld it to that frame section right there. So I can do these frame sections in the back, no problem. That one right there is going to be an issue. So I'm going to get some more measurements done, possibly get these tacked up and ready to go. And then, like I said, I'll pull this out. And I'm really considering pulling these seat brackets out and being done with them for now. So we'll be back here in a bit. Alright, so we got pulled out. I took out the seat brackets here. Have them over there. I got it tacked up so that she could have an easier time welding it. She's getting all of her gear set up. Got the welder all set up. Verify my helmet wherever it's at. And then we'll get you guys some, oh there it is. we'll get you guys some footage of her doing some welding. So, back in 1 second. All right. Alright. Well, you can weld. Alright. Whenever you're ready. Yep. Alright. You're good. Let me shut this off. Doesn't have to be ridiculously strong, but not bad. Looks like you're rushing a little bit towards the end. Your beginning welds look a lot better, but that's alright. It'll be okay. So, girls can weld. Caught the table on fire a little bit. But, no, it'll do fine for what we're trying to do. So, it's good. Alright, I'm back in a bit. Alright, well, I got that all painted up on the back side so that it doesn't rust up. Let me try to get this in here. It's pretty snug fit. We're going to get that all welded up, and then should be good on that. So, let me get the camera girl over here off of the welder girl, and she's gonna video this probably from the other side. So, let me get the welder set up and have her start videoing this. Alright. That's it, peeps. It's good. Ready? Mm-hmm. Alright. What do you think? Think that's good?
Yeah.
Let me see this. Well, these aren't terrible. I don't think that thing's going anywhere. Nah, she's in there. She's in there pretty good. So shouldn't need much more than that. Fun fact about these lithium-ion batteries is that they're only about 2 or 3 pounds a piece. So I'm gonna have maybe 5 pounds of this. It's not gonna be that big of a deal that this thing has to be so structurally it's holding everything together. So I'm gonna let that cool off a little bit, make sure it doesn't catch the plastic skid plate on fire, and then we will come back and throw some paint on it. Alright, gave it a minute, decided not to wait too long to paint it after it was welded. I got it all painted, looks pretty good. So let that dry and sit there for a little bit, and then we may get to some other electrical on this, because still got a giant mess of stuff to go through. A lot of stuff that's got to be removed, a lot of stuff that's got to be rewired. Pretty much this whole center is coming out, and then I may actually go to the point of pulling the passenger side out so I can get the seats, or the seatbelt out, so that I can get ready to do that. So I'll be back when I figure out what we're gonna do next. Alright, so I decided it's probably best to just start digging into this stuff over here. I'm going to take out this bottom, possibly the rear. I'm going to have to take out the rear. And the side tunnel cover. I gotta get all that wiring stripped out of there regardless. I gotta get this pulled out so I can get the seat belts, because those are going to have to go in soon. And go on from there. So I'm going to try to set you up on a tripod the best I can right now. I think this is going to be the best. Right like that. So you're going to want a 10mm and a good flathead screwdriver. You may need a pair of dikes or otherwise to do what you got to do in here. So first things first, I'm going to pull out the 10mm holding this in. And then we'll go to pulling these pop clips. So when you're taking these things off, 2 things that help. Don't apply pressure down on them. Loosely place it in there, let the weight of the screwdriver in it. That'll allow it to do stuff it's looking to do. If you cannot get it out by pulling on it, you want to get about 3/4 of the way out, then pull on it. You want to just get your screwdriver in there and pop it up. The more you take these out, the more temperamental they get. Like this one here has been out quite a few times. So you want to get a screwdriver, dikes, a knife, a pocket knife I'll use sometimes, and you want to just pull it out as much as possible while you're unscrewing it. And it usually come out pretty easily. You can buy replacements for these, but it's hard to find the right ones unless you're going straight to Yamaha. Then you have to pay Yamaha prices on all of it. And then, I mean, let's be honest, who wants to go and pay dealer prices for little plastic clips? So I always throw mine somewhere I know I won't be working at. In this case, it's going to be the wheel well. And that just allows you more time without having to move stuff around. The less you got to move your fasteners around, the better off you are. I highly suggest to get a bolt caddy to hold all your fasteners. It'll help you keep track of them, and you won't lose any as much. Because I'm probably going to lose a couple. I do almost every time. Alright, so I tore up his front panel to show you guys a little bit more of the electrical I have going on here. This all goes into my switch panel up top. I'm not going to be able to get rid of all of this, but I think I should be able to get rid of most of it. I also have my amp right here for the existing stereo I had in there. I don't know if I'm keeping the existing stereo amp or not. I think I might, and I'm going to wire in channel. Go from there. I bought this really nice marine grade speaker wire that I'm going to run to all the speakers and have everything on its own bank, because I was running everything off of one bank before, just because it was easier, so I didn't have to run 4 sets of wires back. But for now, I think I'm going to leave this here. All this is going to be getting cleaned up and dealt with. There's a lot in here that's making it look a lot worse than what it is. Like these are my rock light cables. I've been meaning to do some cable management on this for a while. Not exactly an easy thing to do sometimes. This right here is the actual antenna that's sitting down there for my CB. And then I got the wiring going in for the CB. And so on from there. Everything's going to be put on individual circuits right now. Rock light's on one, whip light's on another, light bar is going to be on its own circuit, the pod light's going to be on their own circuit, the radio is going to be on its own circuit, the camera's going to be on its own circuit, the rear lights, everything is, there's a lot of wiring I got to do, but I want to make it simple, and I want to just make it easy to diagnose. There's going to be a full wiring harness, front to rear. Everything in the rear is going to have its own wiring harness. Everything in the front is going to have its own wiring harness, and so on from there. And we'll go to that point. And like I said, I want to do Deutsch weather pack connectors for everything. Everything's going to have a Deutsch connector on it, so I can unplug it right there. If I have any issues, you know, tear the light bar off, tear a whip off, break a pod, something like that, I can disconnect everything individually and wrap it with electrical tape, whatever I gotta do to get home. And I'm even considering actually I have it already. I actually have a 60 amp breaker for the auxiliary batteries. The auxiliary batteries are going to go from the 2 wired in series into the isolator, but it's going to pull main power off of that as well, and that is going to go straight into the accessories, and it'll run through a 60 amp breaker. I just got to figure out where I can put it, where it's going to be out of the way, and but it's also going to have easy access, and it may be as simple as putting it underneath that radio right there. But I just want to have it out of the way from the driver's compartment and the passenger compartment, so we're not hitting it and shutting everything off, and I want to go from there. So I did get the roof bags put up, by the way. Both roof bags, it's Kanemoto. They're really good quality, actually. So as far as that goes, that's going to be it for today. The weather's actually starting to get really bad, and I'm probably not going to be able to film in here much longer. You can hear the door creaking in the background. At that point, I got the battery hold down put in, I got the passenger side seatbelt out, and I got to the point where I could start tearing into the wiring that I have here and getting it ready to go for everything else. I am planning on rewiring the entire accessory system on this. Everything I added, light bars, the whole 9 yards. So that's probably gonna end up being its own video. I'm gonna try not to get too technical and draggy in that one, but that'll be when it happens. I'm waiting for the harnesses to come in for the seats. I gotta put the seats in, measure up to where I sit in the seat, and measure up where my girlfriend would sit. It's probably just gonna go off my measurement, because you'd want it to be able to have somebody taller than a taller person, 6 foot average height. So I'm gonna set up the harnesses to be probably about 6 foot average height, and then put the pass-throughs through, and then do the heated seats in that as well, which those are each gonna have their own circuit as well. And so I got probably 20-ish circuits to run here, and a whole second battery system. So from that point, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna get back to working on this thing and try to get some more content out for you guys. But I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film So I'm gonna end it here. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And other than that, just keep an eye out. I'll post up all the new updates on Facebook, and I'll also be uploading, I would say, at least once a week. I'm gonna try to do 2 times a week, but I haven't really got that far. There's a lot of work getting done, and it's a lot of editing. So again, hope you guys liked the video, and have a good day.